Hey guys, just wanted to do a short follow-up video today, kind of a follow-up to the last video to go a little bit into detail of the build that I chose as my starter build. It is a summoner build, which I believe is now extremely beginner friendly as compared to how I played it years back. So yeah, I'll probably just go through the passive tree. And with passive tree, generally speaking, you just path towards any of the major minion nodes. I know this part here looks a little complicated. It uses a thread of hope to get these two nodes over here for life and more minion stats, but generally speaking, while leveling, you would path through here first. You'd go from here up to here, path through here, and you would grab this node cluster right here and get Death Attunement, and you would path this way instead of skipping these nodes with the Thread of Hope. Thread of Hope is sort of towards the mid to end game where like you could afford the jewel to save a few extra passive points. And after that, you start pathing down here, grab these minion nodes as well as these ones over here. And it's kind of linear, the progression as you level. Grab these minion nodes, and then from here, you would path left first to go up here. There's some massive minion buffs, or minion nodes here. And so these are for your auras. It gives mana reduction, or reduced mana reserved. And then after that, you have just about all the damage you need from your minions. And then you could start pathing into life nodes and strength nodes all around. And for the particular build I'm running, I did mention in the last video that it uses the Baron, which is kind of a strength stacking type of piece of gear. So when you path down here, you go across all these strength nodes, and you would hit this little cluster here. This utmost might, which gives 40 strength and 8% increased strength, is like extremely helpful in reaching the 1000 strength cap. And I grabbed these extra nodes for like extra resist that I didn't have on my gear while when I reached the mapping phase. And to kind of go a little bit into the gear that I have like, I kind of followed the guide that was in the last video that I pointed out, and this guy used the Baron, Femur of the Saints. Shaper's Touch is more of a tanky version of his build, but for like kind of budget, you would go Meganord's Vice, which has 100 strength and would help a lot in reaching the strength cap as well. And you would get Cyclopean Coil along with Aberon's Warpath. So there's a lot of like different stat increasing, strength increasing uniques, but at some point I had enough, or even now I have enough currency like to get a really high strength belt with 10% increased attributes, and then you would just add life to that, and that would be better than the Cyclopean Coil because it allows you to switch out your gloves for Shaper's Touch, which makes you tankier. And of course, you have Astromentis. After you allocate Death Attunement, that's kind of when you could remove all the passive tree nodes here in between. At least, yeah, you can move all the nodes from here straight down to this intelligence node. And then you would place some points here, put in Thread of Hope, allocate these two nodes, and then you'll have some extra points left over to start allocating into health. And yeah, like my general thoughts on accidentally killed all my zombies, but so yeah, like I really like this build because of how beginner friendly it is, how easy it is to scale damage, you know, like even in the leveling process I never really worried about like or I never really got stuck anywhere where I felt like I wasn't doing enough damage. So like, and for personally myself, I've always been kind of a casual, semi-casual player. I never went hardcore and like put a whole ton of time into Path Exile until like kind of recently with the quarantine. So definitely summoner builds, like I know even in the community a lot of people like make fun of necromancers, summoners and whatnot because of how like everyone's, or like a good percentage of the population plays necromancers, but like I believe it's like kind of for good reason, since like most new players who tend to join don't know how to build and progress, and I think summoner builds actually help a lot in learning the mechanics of the game in general before like you could start looking into building your own, or like theory crafting your own builds. And so yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts on the build, and I really recommend this build to anyone who's looking to try out Path of Exile. So yeah, that's really all my thoughts on this build, and I'll probably upload a couple more videos on progress of this build and another Necromancer build that I want to start and making a guide for even. And so thanks for watching the video. Peace.